Okay. All right. Here we go. My first YouTube live. All right. Just got a couple notes here. So if I'm not looking directly ahead, I just want to make sure I stay on track, right? But this is my first ever YouTube live on Nisia Designs or any of my YouTube channels, actually. So I'm very, very glad that you're here. It'll be kind of a crochet along a little bit, like a mini version. I'll be making this, which is my the free pattern I have available on nisia.com. And that's this convertible lock tube beanie. And I'll wait till some other, a minute or so has gone by so that I can, see if anybody's going to join. But I'll show how to convert this from a lock tube as it is now into a beanie to really get your hair up off your neck. So I am going to just give it a moment here and see what happens. If you're watching this, if you're watching the replay, welcome. Thank you for watching. We're going to be making this, and I'm going to show you a mini version, but the exact pattern is available on my website, and the link is in the description box. So be sure to go and get yours and check that out. So I'm going to give it just a minute. For the mini tutorial today, I am going to be using category 4 mercerized cotton yarn. My favorite of all time is Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. I don't have the label of this one, but I believe the color is called Goldenrod. But here is, 24/7 cotton from lionbrand.com. And I use this for these. I use it for projects like bags, and, it's really durable, and the colors are super vivid and lovely. So let's see here. All right. I'm going to just go ahead and get this going. So, as I said, the project is this. It is the convertible lock tube beanie is what I'm calling it. And the free pattern is on nisia.com. The link is in the description of this video. It's also on my channel. So you can also just go to nisia.com. And this can be worn two ways. It's a great way. It's a solution for summer because this is cotton yarn, so it's much more breathable than, acrylic or wool. Not that I have anything against those, but, it's hot. So, yeah, it can be worn with your hair through, but I'm going to just quickly demonstrate to you how you can put your hair up in this as well. So I'm going to do a quick demo, and then we're going to start making a mini version, just kind of like a accompaniment to the pattern. So I've got my hair through it right now, and what these strings that you see here are drawstrings, and all of this is detailed in the pattern as well. But I'm just going to kind of hold the drawstrings out of the way and tuck my hair inside. I'm doing this without a mirror, so, we'll see how it comes out. And this does have a drawstring at the base of the neck and at the end here. So what I'm doing now is just taking the drawstring and cinching it closed. Hopefully you can see that, cinching it closed. And then I will, normally I'd just tie a bow, but because I'm doing it quick, I'm just going to tuck it in. But if I tie a bow, that keeps it from opening up. And now my hair is inside, and I can wear it like a actual beanie. So I got like locks sticking out. So, but yeah, so you can wear it two ways. I love quick projects. I love versatile projects. I love projects that are practical and functional and, multi-purpose and also stylish. So that's what this one is, and it is available for free on nisia.com. So head on over there. I am going to take this loose because I find it cute to let it hang down today. I'm in the hang down mood. But here's how I would do it. I just stretch this back open and pull my locks back out. And that's that. Then I can also tie the drawstring there too if I want, just to keep it. But you get the gist of it. I also have a styling demo showing how I get it on, even get it on. That's also on my channel. So please subscribe and please like this video. And let's get to it. Like I said, category 4, mercerized cotton yarn. The exact dimensions and everything, the exact specifications are in the written pattern. So head on over to my website so you can get that and follow along. So what I've got here, I'm just going to go ahead and make a slip knot, and I'm chaining an even number. I'm doing that because I'm going to be working in the round and I'm working mesh stitch. So like I said, it'll be a mini version, like a small person's version, but we're going to see. So I'm going to just chain an even number, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think 24 is a good number. If you're here, say hello. Let me know how long you've been crocheting, how you learned to crochet, and what sort of items, projects do you like working on the most? And if you're here watching afterward, please let me know in the comments because I definitely want to get to know you guys and give you a chance to get to know me. So I've done 24. Okay. And if you've ever seen any of my content, I like to crochet into the back bump of these chains. If you are just joining, we're making this. I'm making a mini version of it as an accompaniment to the free pattern on my website for the Convertible Loc tube beanie. So I have just chained an even number of chains, and I'm going to now slip stitch into the first chain that I made right here. And I turn it over so that the back bump of the chain is facing upward, and go ahead and slip stitch into the back bump of the first chain. So I can close the ring. And now I've got a circle to work into. So on the pattern, of course, that's what this section right here, this is this. So let's move on, get started on round 1. All right, so what I'm going to do, and the only time I'm going to do this is just for round 1 because I'm working from this foundation chain. So I'm going to chain up 4 chains. This is the only time I'm going to start the round with a chain up. But I'm just going to hold this out of the way, my tail. And I've got my first chain that I slip stitch into. So this one doesn't count that for the one I'm going to skip. I've already worked it. I'm going to skip the second one and now double crochet into the third. So my chain 4 counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. So there's my first little mesh. Ta-da! Let me just check my notes, make sure I'm not leaving anything out. I'm doing this so I can stop being afraid. I'm doing this because I want to grow the crochet community and I want to be able to share the gifts that the Most High has given me, and He has given me crochet. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm very glad that you're here, whether you're here now or you come later. I'm grateful for you. So thank you for stopping by my little corner of YouTube. Alrighty. So I have done my second double crochet and I chain one after. You'll see these exact instructions in the pattern. Don't forget to go to nisiya.com, click on Nisiya Designs right up top, fill out the form, and get this free pattern for this convertible lock tube beanie. I'm going to skip the next chain and double crochet into the one following. And I'm going to do that all the way around. It's going to be double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one. Double crochet, chain one, skip one. If you're here, say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're from. How did you learn how to crochet? If you want to know how to crochet, if you don't crochet, do you want to learn? I've got a tutorial. Check it out. Go subscribe to my channel. And I'm making my way around. And if you do crochet, what is your favorite type of project to make? Mine is accessories because they don't take very long. I don't have to fit them to anyone. I crocheted a lot of stuff when I first learned, and I learned right here on YouTube. So I used to crochet a whole lot of things, just trying to figure out what my thing was. I always knew I wanted to crochet wearables because I just find it the coolest thing to be able to wear something that I made. So I would make stuff for myself, but then other people wanted me to make stuff for them. And once I realized that things need to fit people, I was like, this isn't something that I like. Also, just doing custom orders whenever someone pays me for an order, because I would always have them pay up front because you just never know. And I know that I'm reliable. I'm gonna give you what you paid for. But then that puts the pressure on. Like as soon as I have your money, I owe you something. I owe you a product. And that made it feel more of a job, and the fun was going away. So that helped to evolve my crochet career and my career path, if you want to call it that, into what it is now, where I would rather teach and design and let those who would like to also crochet express their creativity through patterns that I've written. So yeah. All right, so we've made it around, and this, like I said, it's going to be a little tiny version. Welcome in. If you're just coming in, please say hi in the comments. I have decided that I'm going to make a mini version of this convertible lock tube beanie, which has a free pattern on my website. So the link is in the description. I've made it around round one. Let me get that out of the way. So I've made it around to the end of round one, and I'm about to slip stitch into the third chain of my chain 4 from the beginning of this round. So 1, 2, 3. You guys, there's also a much more in-depth tutorial of this on my channel. So go over to Nisiya Designs, go to my channel, subscribe, and you can get, just if you don't want to read a pattern, there's a tutorial for this and a styling demo as well. So go check it out, because this is a cool way to keep your hair out your face. I like it. And it's cotton. It's lightweight. So round 2, let's work this up. From here on out, and if you don't want to do this, you have your options. You are totally free to continue to chain up. If you want to chain up to start your round, you can just chain 4. That will represent your double crochet and your chain 1. If you want to do it like I'm doing it, here's what I'm about to do. I'm going to chainless starting double crochet. To me, this makes for a much more seamless looking seam, if that makes sense. It looks less like a seam. It's less obvious that that's where your seam is. So pulling up to the height of a double crochet, holding my yarn, holding my loop on my hook, yarning over with the loop, inserting into the same space where I just slip stitched, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chainless starting double crochet. Here's how it looks from the front. So that's how I like to do that. I'm going to chain 1, and place a double crochet into every double crochet across. So it's double crochet, chain 1, and place a double crochet into the next double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, all the way around. So this starts to go by much, much faster, much, much faster after that first round. Actually, I'm realizing this is kind of inside out, which is probably why I've been having a challenge. Welcome, welcome in. If you're in here, I haven't seen a comment. This is my first live. So if you're commenting and I can't see it because I'm in the top chat, but if you're commenting and I can't see it, apologies. I'm new and I'm learning. And that's why I'm out here, because I want to stop being afraid and really grow my channel. This is important to me. And it's important that I invest my talents. If any of you are familiar with the parable of the talents, this is my talent and I want to invest it. I don't want to bury it in the ground. So please like the video, please comment, please say hello. And I'm just going to work this up with you guys to give you a mini version of the actual tutorial on my channel. So there's multiple reasons for me being out here today. I've been thinking about doing YouTube Live maybe, I don't know, for the last 6 months, maybe at least. And I've been so nervous and so anxious, especially with the social media identity crisis that I have been having. I have multiple channels, I have multiple talents, and I've been trying to figure out how to manage all of that. So it's been extremely hard, but I love crocheting and here I find joy. So it's like, okay, let's do this piece for now. So welcome, say hello if you're stopping by. I'm doing a mini version of this so that it can accompany the free pattern, which is on nisiya.com. So go get the free pattern. Link is in the description of this video. Thanks for stopping by. So I've made it around again, and I'm going to slip stitch into my first double crochet. For details on how to slip stitch into a chainless starting double crochet, refer to my channel. Also follow Nisiya Designs on all other social media. Well, not all, but I don't know what words I can say on here, like the algorithm, or, you know, I don't know if I can mention other socials, but go follow Nisiya Designs. You can check me out on the in my description, my channel description. All right, so we've slip stitched, chainless starting double crochet. The good thing about this too, let's say your hair is not quite as long or is longer. This repeat that we're doing now, row 2 repeat or round 2 repeat, can be repeated as many times as you like to make this as short as you want or as long as you want. Let's say you got locks all the way down. You can just make it longer and longer. Now, if it's super long, I don't know how it will function necessarily as the converted beanie. But as I grow my locks, we can definitely test that out. But if it's shorter, it's still going to have the beanie aspect for you. So It is customizable. It is super easy. It is convertible and versatile and functional and lightweight. So, yeah. I'm going to just check my phone because it could be that nobody has commented, but I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. So make sure this is turned down and see if I've missed anything. And I don't know why my thumbnail looks so grainy either. Okay. All right, cool. We good. We good. Alrighty. Working around. I love this yarn. And I know that's a brand of yarn from Hobby Lobby, but this is 24/7 Cotton by lionbrand.com. And it is my favorite. The colors are so vivid. I mean, you can't really see all that great on here, but look at the color of this. I mean, it's just like bright, vivid magenta. So pretty. Got this purple. I wish it showed up so much better. But anyway, goldenrod. That's what we got today. And they're tough and they're durable. For example, this jacket. I crocheted these pockets and sewed them on. This jacket has been through the ringer, you guys. This is 24/7 cotton. And it's been washed over and over for years. But it's tough. It might have fuzzed up a little bit, but I say that definitely shows the durability of this cotton yarn. So I've told you guys what I like to crochet. Let me know what you like to make. If you could only make one project, or not one project, but one type of project for the next year and you couldn't crochet anything else, what would it be? What would you make? Would it be blankets? Would it be hats? Would it be scarves? Would it be ruffle hats? Would it be socks? What you think? What do you like? I think if I could only make one type of project for the next year, they'd probably be bags because they're so versatile and I can make so many and I could use my favorite yarn. And I don't have to worry about seasons changing, like, oh no, it's hot or it's cold now. I think I'd make bags. I think that's what I would do. So I have just now made it to round 4. I think I'll do a couple more before I start to show you the border. I'm glad I'm doing this because, like I said, I wanted to stop being nervous, stop procrastinating, be intentional, and grow. I do it for myself. I do it first and foremost for the Most High. I do it for my family. I want to show my family how hard I'm willing to work and what hard work and dedication really can get us. And how could I ever show them if I don't work hard and dedicate myself? So I am a mom. Between myself and my husband, we have 6 children altogether. We have 2 grandchildren. We have, we have a fish. We work hard. My husband works hard. I work hard. I have a full-time job. I also homeschool my children while working full-time. I am a worship leader. I sing and write and produce my own music. I am the sole person behind Nisia Designs, from the website work, from the recording, the social media, the editing, everything. So I am working hard to invest my talents. And I appreciate every single one of you, every view that I get, every like that I get, everybody who would stop by, anybody who would subscribe. Y'all, I am so grateful because it's not easy to come by. It's hard out here. It's hard on every social media if you're using it to, try to build something and grow. it definitely is a test of patience. But thank you for being here. Thank you. All right, I'm making it around, finishing up of my little mini lock tube. Isn't it adorable? Oh my gosh, it looks like macaroni and cheese. Let's see. All right. I have now made it to the end of my little mini round 5. Yes. So I am going to now show you how I would do the border. You can do the border in a separate color if you like. I'm going to stick with this goldenrod. So when I do the border, I size down. I have been working with this 5mm crochet hook. I'm going to size down now to a 4mm hook. Why? Because I've been working mesh stitch. Mesh meaning double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain. The reason now I'm going to start working double crochets into every single stitch, into the chain and the chain spaces, the chain and the chain spaces. So if I were to keep using the 5mm hook, a double crochet is wider than a chain space. So if I use the same size hook, this is going to kind of like start to widen a little bit at the brim. And this is the part we're getting ready to work on, this piece right here. And I don't want it to widen. I want it to stay, like a tube shape. I don't want it to go like this. So that's why we're sized down. So I'm going to insert my hook now. And you'll know what round to do this on if you watch the tutorial on my channel or get the pattern on nisi.com. Free pattern. Did I say free? Free pattern. So I have now inserted my 4mm hook. I'm going to do the same thing, chainless starting double crochet. And now a double crochet into every stitch. So that's a chain stitch and the double crochets all the way around. And this is going to create what will be our border. Let's get a little closer. Oops. All right. Let's keep going. Every stitch, double crochet. Just check on my notes really quick too, because I have decided that I don't want to forget anything, and I decided let me go ahead and make some notes, which I think I accidentally closed them. No, here they are. Phew. All right. All righty. So just while I'm making my way around, a little bit about me. I said I started crocheting. I learned on YouTube 7 years ago now. I started a new position at the job I was working at the time. There was really nothing for us to do. There was barely. Scorpio ascending, thank you for saying hi. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you did. Welcome. Let me know if you're making this along, or if you happen to watch the tutorial, or if you happen to pick up the free pattern. But yeah, I was in a brand new position. There was barely anything for us to do. So all I was sitting there doing every day, I would do the tiny bit of work we had, and then I spent the rest of the time on the internet trying to look busy and snacking. And yeah, I was like, something's got to give. We can't just spend 8 hours a day like this. So I was like, what can I do productive? And I don't know what made me, I'm just going to say it was the Most High that gave me the lead to choose fiber arts. And I was like, okay, am I going to learn to knit or am I going to learn to crochet? And because I was at work, I was like, let me not be quite as conspicuous and actually have two knitting needles being just totally obvious. I was like, I can just do one crochet hook and I'll look less obvious, like I'm not working. So that's how I decided on crochet. And it has turned out to, I mean, it's like my life changed. I am making granny squares. Your live came up in my recommendations. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for clicking on my live, even when you saw it. I really appreciate you coming and commenting, so even more so. So what are you making granny squares for? Are they for another project? But yeah, I started crocheting just from a YouTube video. I went to, I think Michael's it was, and picked up, I didn't know what kind of yarn, I didn't know what kind of hook, but I picked up some and I watched the video. And I remember the very first time that I crocheted after watching that video, and it worked. And I was like, oh, I can make stuff. And so that's what I started doing. And I just started watching YouTube videos, and YouTube videos. And then I started crocheting at work and not caring who saw me. I would come into work with a grocery bag full of yarn and crochet hooks every day, and I'd hang it on my chair and I'd get to work. And if we had actual work to do, I'd stop, do it, and get right back to my real work, which was this. And that is how I started crocheting. From that point on, I mean, it was no stopping me. So yeah. So here's the first round of the border, which is this round right here. Oh, you're welcome. I'm making a reading blanket. I'm glad I saw your video. I'm going to try to make the lock hat in the future. Oh, I would love it if you did. And please let me know if you do. Like I said, there is a free tutorial. I mean, a tutorial on my channel for this. And there's a free pattern as well. So either way, whatever your way to learn or to follow along is best for you, you can do either one. So, and do you post content on your channel? Because when this is over, I'll go over and subscribe. So I've closed up the first round of the border. I'm just going to make a second round of double crochet, which would be this one right here. And then I'll show you how to make the round with the space for the drawstring. Scorpio ascending, where are you from? Oh no, I'm just a viewer. Okay, well, maybe one day, I'll subscribe anyway if you want. But yeah, where are you from? And how did you learn how to crochet? I'm in North Carolina. I don't think I said that. Yeah, North Carolina. I've been here most of my life now, even though I'm not originally from here. I say I'm from here now because if I've been here longer than anywhere else, then I guess I'm from here now. Making my way around, second round of the border. This is an extremely easy project to make. If you're a beginner or you know a beginner or you just want something easy, if you're, a seasoned crocheter and you want something easy and cute and versatile, then this is an easy, quick project to work up. And like I said, this cotton yarn is perfect for this summer weather. Summer or winter, whatever. I see a lot of designs that get made with, oh, you a New Yorker? Okay. My dad's from Harlem. So I just recently, he passed a while ago, but I recently made a trip to Harlem myself for the first time. Like I actually drove there, which I thought I would never ever do. And that I documented that on my other channel, Denise Nisia Coleman, where I was like traveling to visit my family and went and stayed in my cousin's brownstone. That was quite the adventure. So you're a New Yorker. I am from North Carolina. And you learned to crochet from YouTube as well. You took a class at Michael's. Oh, Harlem in the house. Yes. That is so cool. That's so cool. Well, yes, please do check out like I said, Denise Nisia Coleman is my other YouTube channel. And yeah, me and my children, I drove up there. I said I would never in a million years, like never ever. Because my mom's from DC, my dad's from Harlem. And driving in DC is bad enough. But we drove all the way up there, stayed for a few days, and drove down and visited family in Maryland and DC and Virginia on the way back. So it was something. But I'm so glad you stopped by. That is so cool. What a small world. It was like 9 hours. The drive was like 9 hours. But on the way back, Scorpio ascending, let me tell you what, it snowed. When I left New York and got into New Jersey, it started to snow. And so for whatever reason, the GPS was taking me on these winding back roads that hadn't been treated. It was terrifying. And by the time I got to my next stop, which was Rockville, Maryland, oh my gosh, we barely got to visit with family there because I was leaving the next morning and I was so wiped out. It was terrifying. And I'm a Southern person. So yeah, I mean, it's not like we don't ever get snow here, but not like that. Not like that. And, I know better than to travel on those type of roads here. So to be out of town, unfamiliar territory, different culture of drivers, it was something. But I'm alive and I'm back. So I've got the wonderful memory to share. All right, I'm almost to the end of the second round of the brim, and I'm going to show how I make the holes for the drawstring to be able to snuggle it to my head. See where the drawstring like kind of works in and out there. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, my favorite items to crochet are definitely accessories. I love quick working projects. I will make a blanket every now and then, especially when I need to work down my yarn stash. And if I feel like being detailed, sometimes I'll make longer projects, but accessories. So wraps, shawls, lock tubes, head wraps, beanies, and bags. Those are my favorite things to make. Things that don't take super long, but I can still be creative with them. So if you follow Nisia Designs on any other social media like Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, or even on here, you'll see a little bit of it, but I'm just now really building this channel, so I don't have as much stuff there. But you can see some of my creativity. All right, time to make holes for the brim. If you have just joined, wraps for, locks. Yes. That's what I do. That's my very first pattern that I ever released is called Nisia Designs Crochet Crown Cover. And that's on my channel as well. There is a tutorial for that too. So yeah, that's specifically what it's for, because I have locks and I want ways to keep them off me and be cute and be versatile and not be super hot. So yes, absolutely. Please do check them out. There's patterns on Etsy, but there's tutorials on my channel. So head on over there if you are interested in anything like that. And for those who have stopped by, I'm just showing a mini version of how to crochet this, which is a convertible lock tube beanie, which can be worn as a lock tube or a beanie, the hair. And I don't know if you've seen it. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're awesome. I don't know, Scorpio Ascending, if you were on when I showed it, so I can show really quick the second version to wear wear this. So right now the locks hang out of the back, but there is a drawstring on the back here as well. So what I will do is take my hair and tuck it inside. I'm doing it without a mirror, so it might look a little bit crazy, but of course you can always fix it. Tuck it inside, take the drawstring, pull it closed, and now it's basically a beanie. And instead of tying it up, because I don't feel like it, I'm just going to tuck this in. So you can see how to wear it the second way. Ta-da! So yeah, I like versatile stuff, easy stuff. All right, let's how we are going to make the holes for the drawstring. So I did my chainless starting double crochet. I'm going to double crochet into the very next stitch and then chain one. Skip one. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So chain one, skip one, and double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Chain one, skip one, double crochet into the next 2. Chain one, skip one, double crochet into the next 2 all the way around. Y'all see why I'm making it a mini version. This would have took all day. I couldn't be on here holding y'all hostage all this time. But what we're doing is making space for the drawstring to weave in and out, right? So I started out with 24 stitches. So that's the even number that I needed. And it's also divisible by 3. So if you're making this, adjusting it to the size that you want, your foundation chain, you want it to be an even number that is also divisible by 3. So let's go around here. Right quick. Yeah, the drawstring is a game changer. I saw that in someone else's, I don't know if it was on YouTube or whatever, but I was like, oh, that changes everything. Because like I was saying before, I don't like having to crochet things and trying to make them fit to someone. So now with this, with the drawstring, it's like it can fit almost anybody. And I've got one here at the base here and also one here to close this up. So it's double functional. But yeah, that's a game changer on these hats though. Especially for cotton yarn, because cotton yarn is not so stretching like acrylic is, so it's not as forgiving. So you can make it larger, put the drawstring in, and bam. So Scorpio ascending, for your granny squares, are you making them all the same or are you doing a variety? All right, I'm almost to the end here. And this should end on a chain space. Slip stitch. And I'm going to now work on the very last round of the front brim here. And because of that, I'm going to switch and size down my hook one more time. And I'm going to my 3.5 millimeter hook. The same reason as before, because because I have chain spaces, if I were to work in the chain spaces with the same size hook, then this could become a bit warped. And really, because we're coming to the head, I want it to be kind of taper in instead of, getting wobbly and going outward. You're doing a variety of squares. I also have added appliques that is from my favorite book covers. Ooh, how creative. Do you share images of your work on any social media? I know you said you don't do it on YouTube, but I wonder, do you share anywhere else where I can see? All right, so I've gone to my 3.5 millimeter, and I'm going to place half double crochet in every single stitch, and that's going to end this side of the lock tube. So into the very same stitch, I just slip stitch into, and every stitch around, half double crochet. Oh, okay. Okay. My husband isn't either. He's never had any social media, so I get it. I totally understand. But I appreciate you engaging with me, though. It took me a long time to become a social media person. I would be on Facebook, and like interact with family and friends, but it took a long time for me to get to the point where I, you know, consistently started sharing. It's not something I really wanted to do. But as time went on, it seemed like what's best for me and my creativity. And this is the way for me to invest that. So had to get over myself and get out here. And here I am. That's why I'm on here today. So I can stop being afraid and stop procrastinating like I had done so well for so long. Yeah, it's rough sometimes. Like, look, why I gotta be out here talking about me sharing my business? But yeah, I just did my first TikTok live like last week or the week before. And that was a positive experience. I mean, there's so many nice people that were engaging with me. That's why I'm so grateful for you coming and just joining me, being here, keeping me company. I could be up here talking to myself, but you're here and I'm so grateful. All right, so I have finished the front brim. So this whole portion is this portion here. I know it's a bit light. I didn't think it would. I went with this yarn because it's lighter. Thought it would be easier to see than the purple. But I don't know. I don't know. You live and you learn. So I'm snipping that, pulling that out. And now we are going to move to the back border, which is going to be the part that can close up to turn this from a lock tube into a beanie. The purple or the goldenrod, all of these colors are so beautiful. I love these 24/7 cotton colors. They are so vivid and you can't really see on here all that great. But if you ever go to lionbrand.com and look at the 24/7 cotton, the colors are just so saturated. They're gorgeous. All right, so now we are going back to not the 5 millimeter, but the 4. And I'm on the opposite end of the lock tube. I'm going to join my yarn at the opposite point of where I ended. And attach and work my way around. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Blue is my favorite color. It's funny. I haven't been working with a whole lot of blue, but I like really vivid, like lapis blue. That's my favorite. Like this. These are glass. Don't think they're lapis, but yeah, that's my favorite color. But I just really am drawn to like really deep, vibrant, saturated colors. All right, so I've attached my yarn. I'm going to chain up because that's how I started on my last one. Actually, that's what I'll do here. Just this time. Actually, no, I'm not going to chain up. I'm going to go ahead and just double crochet there because that's what I'd rather do. And one stitch crochet in each stitch around, working into the bottom of this foundation chain. The back border is shorter than the front border, so it doesn't take as long. And that for me helps to differentiate when I take this off, the front from the back. I make little differences. Okay, so that's a great question. So how many skeins of this yarn or 24/7 cotton would I need to make this lock tube? For me, I need 2. I don't use the whole 2. I use 1 and a portion. And I don't even think 1.5. But I can't make it this long and make the drawstrings with just 1. Now, say your hair is shorter or you want to make a smaller one, because even though my hair is this long, I don't have to make the tube this long. I could make it this short and just wear it, like a headband. If I wanted to do it shorter, I could get away with 1, but I do need 2 to make it like this. That's a great question. So double crocheting all the way around. On the next round of this, I'm going to go ahead and make the spaces for my drawstring. And I'm also going to make the spaces row with half double crochet instead of double crochet and make it shorter. And then we'll be wrapping it up because I asked my husband to give me the room so that I can do my live. And you're very welcome. And he was super gracious. He left, but I told him to give me an hour. And, he might be coming back soon. So that's okay. Because I have accomplished this today. I'm proud of myself. It is awkward just sitting here talking to the screen, but I know it's not just, I know he left for me. He was nice. And I know it's not just the screen, but, just getting used to this newness of what I'm doing here. All right, I've made it around. Time to slip stitch and go ahead and start half double crochet. So 2 half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. Thank you so much. Thank you. You didn't have to click on this. You were just sitting there making your granny squares, saw me probably just as random as heck and said that you would join. So thank you. And thank you for coming here and encouraging me, because it really does mean a lot. Like I said, I've been procrastinating forever. So to have it be pleasant and have a friendly person come and keep me company, thank you so much. All right, half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. 2 half double crochets, chain 1, skip 1. Here we go. For those of you who don't know what I'm in here working on, I'm just making a mini version of this lock tube beanie to accompany the free pattern, which is on my website, nisiya.com, and the link is in the description of this video. And I'm just now getting to the end of this little mini project. Half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. This can be made if you depending on how fast you crochet. You can do this, in a few hours. You don't have to have locks. It works for braids, or if you just have longer hair that you want up off your neck. Versatile. All right, little strings. You got to get out of here. Okay. And we will end on a chain space just like we did before. Oops. Slip stitch, sizing down, 3.5. Double crochet in every stitch, and that'll be the end of this round. Then I'll show you really quickly how to do the drawstrings. And then that'll take care of that, you know, that'll be it. So Scorpio ascending, what made you decide to learn to crochet on YouTube? What brought that about for you? No, I don't. I can, but I've never made like a full project of knit. I was trying to get my daughters to crochet and they weren't really feeling it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe you'll try knitting since I have all this yarn. So I had to learn enough just to be able to teach my daughter to knit. And she really wasn't feeling that either. Turns out that she was more definitely of an artistic person, but she draws. But I didn't know that at the time. So I learned just enough to teach her how to do it, but you know, I didn't stick with it. I find it a bit confusing, knitting, but you know, everybody's got their thing. It was actually random. I just saw a video and decided to try. I can't knit. Well, that's, you know, everybody got their thing. Like some people ask me like if I can sew, right? I guess maybe I'm spoiled too because when I first started crocheting, it just worked. It just came to me. I got it. And I tried sewing one time and it did not come easy. So I wasn't really willing to work for it. I was like, things are supposed to, if it's meant to be, it's supposed to be easy, right? But of course, that's not true. But this was true. So I was like, let me stick with my first love. But I don't like giving up either. So I did take another sewing class and learned later on that I was able to sew, but I don't really enjoy that either. So really? Hey, Karen in Ghana. Yay, I'm so glad my mom is here. Scorpio ascending, Karen in Ghana in the chat. That is my mother. She lives in Ghana. She recently moved there. Well, recently, like a few years ago. And she has her own YouTube channel called Karen in Ghana, where she talks about her life and the business that she's building over there. So, yay. Well, we're almost done here. I have finished this mini lock tube. It's a version of this that I'm making. And I'm just going to show how to make the drawstrings. I'm not going to waste time weaving in ends. I'll just hide them instead. And guess what? Scorpio Ascending has been super nice, hanging out, chatting it up with me. And she's from Harlem. That's so cool. I was just letting her know about my trip there. All right, drawstring. So I will, because I'm using two, I double up the yarn to make my drawstring. So I'm just going to pull out enough where I think it's enough, and then I'm going to make chains with both ends. Put the ends together. Make my slip knot. And I go back to my 5mm hook for this so that I can make my my drawstring a bit thicker, I guess. And I'm just going to chain until I run out of yarn. Do the same thing for the front and the back of the lock tube, but I do make the drawstring for the front longer than the one in the back. Another way for me to tell the front of the project from the back of the project. So just chaining until we run out. Then I take my yarn needle, thread it. I see I'm dropping soon to go to bed. I'll see finished product tomorrow. Yes. Well, thanks for stopping in, Mom. I really appreciate it. I know it's much later there, but thank you. I appreciate the support. All right. And adding the drawstring. This is very miniature, so let's see if we make it all the way around. But I always start from the inside, like from the inside of the project to going out. So in my first hole, well, from the inside to the out. And then back in and just weave through the holes that we made for the drawstring. And because we used a number of stitches that is even but also divisible by 3, we should end up with both ends of the string dangling from the inside of the project like that. And all of this is detailed in the pattern. All of this is detailed in the tutorial on my channel. So head on over, subscribe. And because I have now reached my hour and my husband will be wanting to come back into the room now, I'm going to go ahead and end this. But you would just make a second drawstring. No, super easy, right? Told you. But you would make a second drawstring, do the same thing on the back, weave in your ends, and there is your little lock tube, convertible lock tube beanie. So I hope you give it a try. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, whether you're watching it now or later. And I'm so grateful for every single one of you. All right. It was so nice meeting you too. And thank you for coming and hanging with me. Truly, truly appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and week, and may the Most High bless you. Take care.